whatever you like. You can have whatever you like. When the beat goes off, we bang to the. You can have whatever you like. Whatever you like.
Hey guys, welcome to our social. Patty, Brandon, who's this?
This is Amelia.
Amelia?
6 months on Monday.
Six months, so she doesn't have an ID yet, I assume, right?
No.
She's working on it.
Okay.
Yeah. She's just scoping out the place right now.
And we're looking for Venture onesies?
Yes.
Is that
We're
Onesies.
petitioning for that.
any particular colors or
What color you want? You tell them.
which one would you like?
She's a fan of pink right now.
Pink?
Yeah.
We could do pink.
A little bit of butterflies. I don't know if that's like part of the Venture swag.
Pink's not our branding colors, but we might be able to work those in. Is this your first time kidnapping your neighbor's dog?
We frequently have to babysit Moose.
Yeah, how's that?
He's good. I've got 2 dogs myself, so we're helping them out, but they're also helping us out.
Do they play well together?
They do.
Perfect.
Yeah, and he finally gets along with the cat.
What's
Sleep.
You smell really good.
It's Baccarat.
Oh my god, I love that. By who?
How can I not think of who it's from?
This is Stella.
Stella?
Yeah.
Your dog, or did you kidnap it like Michael did?
Oh no, my dog.
Your dog.
Yeah.
How long have we had Stella?
Stella, 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
Is that longer than you've done CrossFit?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, team, I'd love to talk forever, but I only have 2 minutes according to this guy. So
Well,
we're
that's
going to
rude.
dive right in.
I like how there's
Welcome
a timer
to the
too.
social. Yeah, I got to.
2 minutes?
I got to her yells at me.
Okay.
I don't like getting yelled at. Do you guys like getting yelled at? Because we do CrossFit, and sometimes
I'll
we
yell
get yelled
back.
at. So you're going to be asking the questions today?
Yep.
Okay, what do we got?
Table's turned.
How many beers have you had today,
Just this.
in addition to those other 4?
No, just this. That's one in like 5/8.
Okay.
Give or take.
All right.
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, man?
Long time no see.
Yeah, I know.
It's been like 2
2
hours
hours
since our Saturday class.
Yeah, 100%.
So both of you guys coach our Saturday Suckfest class, of course.
Yep.
How have you guys been liking that?
It's good. I like it. I think it adds a little bit of variety to the programming through the week. I like the partner aspect. I like just really being able to do longer workouts. I think the members really appreciate it.
So guys, how long have we been doing CrossFit?
I've been doing CrossFit since my sophomore year in college.
Was that like 30 years ago?
I'm looking at Patty now trying to figure that out.
It's been 10 years for you.
2013 I started.
2013.
Yeah,
And for
So
me,
quick math, 11 years.
11 years.
Nice.
in the middle of COVID.
How long have you been doing CrossFit?
September was 3 years.
3 years. What were you doing before?
I was doing curls at Planet Fitness.
Just curls? That was the only thing you were doing? You just went there for curls? 6 hours of curls?
curls, and then I've convinced myself to run a couple miles once a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you training for anything specific?
Every once in a while with Spartan race.
Got it.
Yep.
John, how long have you been doing CrossFit?
I've been doing it for like 4 years.
4 years.
So
What
I
were you doing
started
prior?
Prior, I was doing workouts by myself at just like a normal gym, but I never like.
What's
was
a normal
pushed-
gym?
like a Gold's gym or like
Okay.
a, like
An LA
Planet
Fitness.
you know.
I don't know. Normal
And
gym.
Girl, we know what happens at the LA Fitnesses. You were,
Okay,
you
not
were
at that-
working out.
not
You
at
were in the
that LA
sauna
Fitness.
with the rest of them.
I was just there for fun.
So how did we get into CrossFit?
Oh, that's a loaded question.
Because we saw you first.
I started 10 years ago, and this is my 3rd season of CrossFit. So trying to get back into shape. And then she only came because she could not drive.
Yeah, I had some. This is too long of a story.
Too long of a story for 2 minutes, but it's
Too
a good
long
2
of a
minutes
story for 2 minutes. I had some health things that I couldn't drive. So
Okay. So he was your ride,
he was my ride. I said, pick me up on the corner at
And you
I
were
am
just
6
not
o'clock in the
driving,
morning.
and you were just stuck.
I am not driving across town to take you to your gym.
Yeah.
You didn't
So-
really want to do it.
Didn't
You
really
just
want to do it. I
had
was
no
like,
other
what's
choice.
this CrossFit thing? There's no air conditioning, so I'm immediately kind of mad about it. But actually, I'm well in driving and have been driving for over a year, and I'm
But
still
I also
here.
wanted a
So-
discount. I wanted a discount.
The only reason I started CrossFit is because I can't work out by myself. I just don't have the motivation to.
See,
and
that's-
my friend Lauren did it at that time in Raleigh because I've been doing it almost 9 years now. And obviously, I'm a coach or was a coach. I have my CFL on, whatever that means.
Do you have to have you updated it, or do you have to
I
update
will.
it?
I will next year. I'll probably get my L2.
Oh, really?
When did you start?
About like a year. I'm like losing count. I feel like it's definitely over a year. We're gonna say a year and a half.
Okay. What were you doing prior?
F45.
F45.
Yeah.
What'd we think?
Well, I felt like I was plateauing.
Okay.
And I actually met Shevin through F45, and he had left like maybe a year prior.
Shevin did F45.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother story.
Oh. Yeah, so he told me he moved over to the west side, and we like randomly like Instagram messaged each other because he was like, hey, you should check out Venture. So that's how I ended up coming over.
I yell back.
How long
me
have we
too.
been doing this team? Because I've known you for a while. Known you for a little bit.
I'm trying to think. I started in 2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Danielle, you were like
2010, yeah.
And then with us,
Yeah.
2015,
Yeah.
something like that. So it's
Like
been a hot
6
minute.
months after opening.
I think I was 2021.
What were we doing prior to this crazy thing we call CrossFit? Do we remember? Can we
Our,
think that far
our
back?
specific gym or CrossFit in general?
Just in general, like what were you doing before
I was doing a
you
lot
got
of
into it?
spin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orange Theory.
I got really good at that. And then I tried to do workouts at home, but like I'm not good at programming things myself. So that's why like commercial gyms don't really work for me because like I'm terrible at programming for myself.
So Randy, after the class today, I noticed you were just sort of hanging back, looking around. What'd you see today?
Yeah, I saw, normal people just like talking, hanging out, but then like the formation of like little circles and little communities like within each other. So like hanging out, talking about what they did today and just having a good time. I think that's one of the best parts about Saturdays, just like seeing people that you don't normally see throughout the week and then building that kind of like friendship on Saturdays and then like just building that it's like really a community day. So that's why I was hanging back and just watching them just have fun and just talk.
Sean, how long have you been doing CrossFit?
About 12 years, going off and on.
12 years?
Yes.
So like you were 5 when you started?
39. I guess it's 13 years then.
13 years.
13
so
years.
what were you doing prior and what got you into this?
Never squatting, going to LA Fitness and Crunch, and it looks scary.
It looks scary? CrossFit or those places?
CrossFit.
What was scary about it?
I didn't know what they were doing in there. There was like tires and people running, and shirts off. Yeah, it was scary.
So shirts off are scary, for sure.
Right now, yeah.
Okay. So it seems something we've been asking today, how long we've been at it. How long have you guys been doing CrossFit? How long have you guys been with us?
I've been doing CrossFit, 10 years, I think. I started out at CrossFit Marietta. I did that. It was the first CrossFit gym I belonged to. Did that for about 6 months. And then I think I took like a 6-month break and then I started with Venture. So.
Right, it's about the same, started in 2014, so coming up on 10 years in December. Been at Venture since 2017. Was started at CrossFit North Atlanta.
So what got you away from doing curls and the occasional jog into CrossFit?
So I've got this thing I say now that I made fun of CrossFit till I could afford it. And I wish I'd found it earlier, but it really was like something I just looked at as being, too expensive. But just the camaraderie.
Andrew, did you have the same fears before you got into CrossFit? Was seeing a man with a shirt off or someone flipping a tire?
No, that wasn't so scary, I would say. Yeah, I don't think I was scared by CrossFit before I started, but I definitely I thought of it as like an extreme thing, but I think that's what kind of attracted me to it. I was like, I've always kind of been like all or nothing. If I'm going to take up a hobby, I want to do go all into it or do like the, top form of that thing. And so I always thought for years, I was like, I'll probably eventually get into CrossFit because it seems like this cool, intense thing. And if I'm going to do that, I want to go all the way. So
what were you doing before to have that idea?
Blvd gym kind of stuff,
Blvd.
bicep curls and...
Heard that a couple times today. A whole lot of bicep curls happening in this world.
Lots of that.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I was only biceps. I was just all bicep.
Okay. So what got you into it? He was doing it for a long time.
Yeah. Tell him how I try to get you.
Yeah, be honest.
Yeah, he tried to get me to do it a couple times, and it was too rough when I went to other gyms.
Okay.
So when I tried Venture, it was nice because they kind of broke everything down and took the time. You can tell that the coaches really cared about getting everyone to feel comfortable. So it was really nice, and I felt like I was getting a good sweat in. So ever since the middle of COVID, I've been doing CrossFit, and then I took some time off when I had the baby. So
why?
It was just too much for me at the time because I was getting large.
So what made the switch, the transition?
So I was just like never progressing. I was never getting better, like faster. And I missed kind of having that team aspect because I played team sports in like high school and stuff. And so I transitioned to CrossFit to kind of have that team camaraderie, push myself, things like that.
Do you miss the mirrors?
No, I don't. I'm
Benoit
fine.
might.
No.
The viewers, we're related, right? Brother, sister?
Brother, sister.
Correct.
Perfect. Yeah, so you got recruited just so he could get the family discount. That's
Yeah,
what we're
that's
hearing.
basically it. Yeah, I got stuck here so that he gets the family discount.
So what got you away from doing curls and the occasional jog into CrossFit?
So I've got this thing I say now that I made fun of CrossFit till I could afford it. And I wish I'd found it earlier, but it really was like something I just looked at as being, too expensive, but just the camaraderie.
Nice. And what did we think right out of the gate, coming from F45, starting with CrossFit?
Completely different. First off, push-ups. Completely different.
You didn't do push-ups at F45?
We did push-ups, but they weren't chest to the floor.
I'm so confused. What did you do?
They were like the baby push-ups, I guess, but it gave me a good foundation. F45 was a good foundation of exercise because I didn't really work out a lot prior. And so through pandemic, F45 was great for foundational, but going into CrossFit and Venture, I think it was like the challenge that I was definitely looking for. It was so hard the first 6 months, but
Maybe not so much now. Why so much? What's happening now these days for you?
Oh, we've got a little one joining the family in February.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you.
When are you expecting?
Beginning of February. Yeah.
You ready?
No.
No.
But I've got a couple months. So
read some books.
Yeah, and everyone
some
says
podcasts.
you're not going to be ready, so just embrace it. So
You've been at it for a little bit.
yeah.
You're pretty regular coming into class. What do we love about it now?
Community, but then also variation in programming. I love that there's weightlifting, but then there's also a Metcon afterwards usually, so it's great.
Are you training for anything specific right now?
Well, Corlin and I were thinking about doing a comp, but because she's pregnant.
Oh.
Love it, but
That
hopefully
jerk.
afterwards we can try and find a team comp.
Okay,
So,
nice.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Guys, what keeps you coming back to Venture?
I think it's the community, the people. I think it's tough, like trying to find like a good atmosphere of like a CrossFit gym, right? I'm only there once a week, right? I could probably
Right now, but not in the past.
Right now, not in the past, right? In the past, I was there a lot more, but I work in Alpharetta, all that. So I'm only there on Saturdays, and I could easily, go somewhere else or go somewhere else full time. And I've dabbled here and there throughout the week just because of locations. But I think the facility, I think the people. I mean, it's just really tough to mimic that in other gyms, and I think it's special. When you find something like that, you don't want to let go of that.
Yeah, I have to agree. It's 100% for me, the people, just the community, all the things that we stand for. One of the things that drew me to CrossFit was like the mentality or the focus on like honoring like fallen soldiers or police officers and stuff like that. And then I think it just extends to just how people look at each other and how they treat each other and how we just come together a lot. So it's like the best part of my week, getting to Saturday, see a whole bunch of faces. If I'm able to pop in throughout the week right now, I'm kind of like Dre, where I'm only in there like once or twice. But Saturdays, you get to spend a couple hours with people, have fun, work hard, celebrate one another. I think that's what keeps me going and makes me look forward to like every weekend.
Awesome. Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks, man.
We went over like, so what do we like about Venture? What keeps you coming back?
Besides you.
Paid her.
In drinks. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I think it's the community that like people I started with are still there and watching everybody kind of grow up and get married and have kids.
The community for sure. I also like and I would just say about this CrossFit in general, it's like I don't necessarily have to think when I come here. I come do the work and I have tons of people supporting me. I support other people, which also fosters great community.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, and I've dropped into a bunch of other gyms, when I've traveled or when I go back home to Seattle, that they're like, oh, talk about things and I'd be like, hey, if you're ever in this area, go check out this gym. So it's not just like Venture specific, but I think CrossFit overall. But here, I think I've been to multiple other CrossFit gyms, and this community is like by far one of the best.
And the coaches.
They're okay.
Like this guy?
Like this guy.
He's all right.
Who puts up with us.
That's perfect. For a while, how long do you think you were doing it before you stopped in terms of the pregnancy?
Like 2 years.
Well, no. And once you found out you were pregnant?
Oh, okay. Up until like the 3rd trimester.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we've got a couple members now that are going through some of that. So maybe they would appreciate hearing how long you were able to tough it out. Maybe give them some words of encouragement.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of substitutions that you can do to make it work. But once I got really big and tired, I just tapped out. But you can definitely, there's a lot of people that do it all the way through. So if your body's used to...
you even said you wish you could have went a little bit longer.
Yeah, I wish I would have done it a little bit longer to prepare me better for birth. But there's definitely things that you can do to make it
And
last.
when is she ready to start? If you had any advice for someone looking to try out CrossFit that maybe had the same opinion that you did prior, like I'm not ready to do this yet or not able to do this yet, what would you tell them?
I'd tell them like it's everything in fitness. It's your gymnastics, it's your cardio, it's your lifting. So no matter what your background, where you come from, there's something for you there that you're going to immediately kind of feel good about, and then you get to work on the stuff that you're not good about, and it's just this ever-evolving fitness journey. So that's pretty cool.
Awesome. But it seems to be working okay. You guys seem to be coming in at a regular time.
I will say for
pretty
two
frequently.
competitive people, having a brother-sister duo only ups the competition level.
Well, competitive, but you guys also, like today, worked out together. So how does that play out?
Pretty well, actually. I think you don't really question each other's strategy. If he's like, I need you to do 5 more burpees, I'm like, okay, I'll do that.
Do you make her do all the cardio and you do all the heavy lifting, or
no?
Does she also do all the heavy lifting?
Yeah, she does everything. I just kind of breathe heavily in the corner.
Now,
if I could eliminate running from any of the workouts, I would sub whatever I needed to do to get rid of the running.
Did you guys do this as kids growing up, play sports together, compete against each other?
I taught Lisa everything she knows.
In what respect?
She was an all-state volleyball player and an all-state softball player.
Nice.
I was all-state in nothing.
I was going to say, did you play softball?
No. I didn't play baseball. I played basketball.
So
We spent a lot
he didn't
of-
teach you everything.
No, he likes to say that. We spent a lot of time outside, though, horseplay, right? So he's older. He always had hanging out with a gang of guys, and I was like, well, I want to do what they're doing because that seems fun. So he would allow me to tag along and play kickball or ride the bikes or whatever needed to happen, and that's kind of how.
Taught her everything she knows.
Yeah, well, you don't rarely.
We're just sticking to that story.
Yeah.
You don't really see a brother-sister duo probably this close.
Probably not.
I would say.
Most people don't like their siblings.
I do, but it happened later in life. Did you guys
Always
like
close.
each other younger and then kind of disappear and
Always
then come
close.
back, or always?
Always close.
That's awesome. Well, we love having you guys and appreciate it.
Cheers.
Thanks for your time.
Cheers.
Team.
That's why I love
What
it.
advice would you give someone who's never done this before, or maybe coming from an LA Fitness or Crunch world, to give us a shot? Don't think about it too hard.
I just think it's fun, and even though like I love the workouts, I love being able to drop weights and run around and play with all these toys you have. It's just everybody's cool. Not every gym, not everywhere. Venture is definitely cool. One of the coolest places I've been. Dropped in everywhere, all over the world, really. And it's just a good community. And I've had some good communities before, and it just keeps you going back. So that's the only reason I show up, really, because I can't do it alone. I don't push myself that hard alone. I can try.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if you just love like physical endeavors in general, I would say give it a try, but I think you'll be surprised. I think that oftentimes with CrossFit, the reason people stay is not the reason they join. I think a lot of times they join for like, oh, I just want to like come work out a couple times a week and get in, get out, do it fast, but then they fall in love with it for totally different reasons because of the community and because of the competitive nature of it, or because they just find themselves able to do things they never thought they could do. And so I would say just try it, but you might be surprised and you might love it for a million reasons that you didn't expect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Oh, that works too.
You can have whatever you